Nutrition in plants. All living organisms require food. Plants can make their food themselves, but animals, including humans, cannot. They get it from plants or animals that eat plants. Thus, humans and animals are directly or indirectly dependent on plants. Mode of nutrition in plants. Nutrition is the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. The mode of nutrition in which organisms make food themselves from simple substances is called autotrophic. Therefore, plants are called autotrophs because plants are the only organisms that can prepare food for themselves by using raw materials such as water, carbon dioxide, and minerals in the presence of sunlight. Animals and most other organisms take in ready-made food prepared by the plants. They are called heterotrophs. Photosynthesis, food-making process in plants. Plants prepare food for themselves by using raw materials such as carbon dioxide, water, and minerals in the presence of sunlight. The synthesis of food in plants occurs in leaves. Carbon dioxide from air is taken through the tiny pores present on the surface of the leaves by a simple diffusion process. Such pores are called stomata, which are present on the surface of leaves and other aerial parts of the plants. These pores are surrounded by guard cells. Water and minerals are transported to the leaves by the vessels which run like pipes throughout the root, the stem, the branches, and the leaves. They form a continuous path or passage for the nutrients to reach the leaf. They are called vascular bundles or conducting tissue and comprises of xylem that conducts water and phloem that transports food. The leaves have a green pigment called chlorophyll. It helps leaves to capture the energy of the sunlight. This energy is used to synthesize food from carbon dioxide and water. The process can be represented by an equation. Carbon dioxide or 6CO2 plus water or 12H2O gives carbohydrate or glucose, which is C6H12O6 plus oxygen, which is 6O2 plus water, which is 6H2O. Other modes of nutrition in plants. Heterotrophic mode of nutrition. There are some plants which do not have chlorophyll. They cannot synthesize their food. Just like humans and animals, such plants depend on food produced by other plants. They use the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Heterotrophic plants are of following types: parasitic, insectivorous, symbiosis or symbiotic, saprotrophs. Parasitic plants. If you closely observe Cuscuta plant, commonly known as amarbel, you will find that the fine tubular structures of this plant twining around the stem and branches of a tree. It does so as it does not have chlorophyll and thus cannot synthesize its own food. It takes ready-made food from the plant on which it is climbing. The plant on which it climbs for food is called the host. Since it deprives the host of valuable nutrients, it is called a parasite. Insectivorous plants. There are few plants that can trap insects and digest them. Such plants may be green or some other color. See this plant. You will find a pitcher-like structure which is actually the modified part of the leaf. In this plant, the apex of the leaf forms a lid which can open and close the mouth of the pitcher. Inside the pitcher, there are hairs which are directed downwards. When an insect lands in the pitcher, the lid closes and the trapped insect gets entangled into the hair. The insect is digested by the digestive juices secreted in the pitcher. Such insect-eating plants are called insectivorous plants. Some insectivorous plants. Sundew plant. This plant employs a sticky mucus to trap its prey. The leaves of this plant contain dense covering of gland hairs which secretes the sticky mucus. This mucus contains the juices that digest the trapped insects. Bladderwort plant. This plant contains many insectivorous sacs. The sac then expels the water and uses its absorption hairs to digest the organisms. Symbiosis or symbiotic plants. There are some other organisms which live together and share shelter and nutrients. This is called symbiotic relationship. For example, in organisms called lichens, the chlorophyll-containing partner, which is an algae, and a fungus live together. The fungus provides shelter, water, and minerals to the alga, and in return, the alga provides organic food to the fungus, which it prepares by photosynthesis. Thus, both of them are mutually benefited from each other. This is called symbiosis. Saprotrophs. Plants which use saprotrophic mode of nutrition are called saprotrophs. Example, fungi and bacteria. Saprotrophs grow on decaying matter. Replenishment of nutrients in the soil. Plants absorb a lot of mineral nutrients from the soil during their growth period. Due to this reason, the amount of these nutrients keeps on declining in the soil. So to keep the balance of these nutrients constant in the soil, fertilizers and manures are added as they contain all plant nutrients such as nitrogen, potassium, calcium, phosphorus, etc. Most of the crops require a lot of nitrogen to make proteins. After the harvest, the soil becomes deficient in nitrogen. Though nitrogen gas is available in plenty in the air, plants cannot use it in the manner they can use carbon dioxide. They need nitrogen in a soluble form. The bacterium called rhizobium can take atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into a soluble nitrogenous compounds. But rhizobium cannot make its own food. So it lives in the roots of gram, peas, mung beans, and other legumes and provides them with nitrogen.